You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, Josslyn Jacks is still trying to wrap her head around the fact that she has killed Port Charles' worst creeper, but now Jason Morgan is on the hook for the homicide that she did. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dive into whether Joss will confess and save Jason, or if she's going to bargain with Jack Brennan, or let the frame job stand and hope that Diane Miller can do her job. If you're not subscribed, please click that follow button. And now let's just get right into it. So Josslyn has joined most of her family in the fact that she now also has a confirmed kill. Her big brother, Michael, killed his stepmom, Claudia, who absolutely had it coming, just like Cyrus did. And he later killed a thug during a struggle over a gun. Morgan didn't ever kill anyone, but he did tamper with Michael's medication to set him up. And if you remember, he almost dropped baby Avery at the time. So just out of interest, other people have tampered with meds on GH, but Morgan did it as well. Joss's uncle, Jerry Jacks, is pretty much a terrorist who has killed a bunch of people. Her dad, Jacks, never killed anybody, but her stepdad, Sonny, of course, has killed plenty of people, as has Jason, who is basically Joss's uncle at this point. Her mom, Carly, has no confirmed kills, but not for lack of trying, because she did shoot her mom, Bobby's husband, Tony, trying to kill him. And I think, gosh, if I remember right, she did it in like the courthouse or something. And of course, Carly took out a hit on Franco a decade ago. Her stepbrother, Dante, was a brainwashed killer for the WSB at one point. So, Joss is in good company, because at this point, about half of the residents of Port Charles have killed someone or tried really hard to, or did it accidentally at some point. So, Joss just joined that club, but you can't hold it against her, because let's face it, Cyrus needed killing. He was asking for it. But she called Jack Brennan instead of dialing 911, and that has put Joss on a strange path, which has her on a collision course with Jason and these accusations against him, plus Anna Devane, and some pretty incriminating evidence. Jason insisted to Anna he didn't kill Cyrus, and said that, he didn't think Sam would like it. Anna asked him not to do it. And Alexis asked him not to do it. Several people, Sasha. And by the way, we've still not seen a corpse, and a corpse is important for a murder case. Anna said she thought that the cleanup job at the cabin indicated that it had been a crime scene, and she thought Jason was capable of doing that level of cleaning, which was a nice compliment, I guess. But certainly the last thing he would do is leave a few of his hairs there to be found. And that evidence cannot have been left there accidentally. Brennan had Colette and the WSB team clean that cabin up very thoroughly, so any evidence left there was intentional. And Anna seemed almost ready to let Jason go until Chase came in with the forensics report and showed it to Anna and said the only DNA found were some hairs that belonged to Jason. And I mean, come on, wouldn't they also need to find Cyrus's DNA there to even prove he was ever at the cabin? That was Austin's cabin, and it was found through looking through associated connections. I mean, I don't think they've even confirmed that Cyrus was there. I don't think Anna's going to have much luck getting charges drawn on Jason based on a few hairs in a cabin with no corpse, no other DNA, no blood, no murder weapon, no body. I mean, no proof of a murder. And Martin did file a complaint saying that Jason told Cyrus if he touched his son Danny again, no one would find his body. But just that threat still isn't evidence of anything but a threat. Plus, it seems like Martin is wishing he could take that complaint back, because at this point, he and Laura kind of hope that Jason might have dealt with Cyrus. So Martin may refuse to follow up and testify. He may even say, I must have heard it wrong. He's a lawyer, he can finesse that. But the bottom line is that Felicia told Josslyn that the cops are looking at Jason for this, and that has Joss in a panic. And if you remember, Brennan made Joss promise to never tell anyone what he did, what she did, and then he kept the murder weapon that has her fingerprints on it. So this week, after hearing Jason is the primary suspect, Joss heads down to the PCPD and tells Anna Jason definitely didn't kill Cyrus. And of course, Anna wants to know how she knows this. So Wednesday, February 26th, we're going to see Josslyn making a decision that changes her life forever. And that decision could certainly be to confess and sacrifice herself to save her mom's bestie, Jason. She could come clean and tell Anna she killed Cyrus and that it was in self-defense. Problem is, how will Joss explain that the cabin was cleaned up? Because if she drags Brennan into that, that's going to be a huge issue. And I almost wonder if the head of the local WSB deliberately framed Jason so that Brennan could see how Joss would handle herself, because Jack wants to know if he can trust Joss, and he likely knew that putting that tiny bit of evidence implicating Jason, wasn't enough to make a case in court, especially once Diane got involved. She's Killer Miller for a reason. And I think this is just a test that Brennan has for Joss to see if she can be trusted to keep secrets, because if she can't, Brennan can't induct her into the WSB. So I suspect Joss is going to stop short of confessing to Anna. Maybe she runs over to the WSB to see Jack, demands that he save Jason because she doesn't want him to go down for her crime. And I do wonder if Jack Brennan set up Jason knowing, just like her mom Carly, Joss would run to Jack for help. And then he can tell Joss, all right, I'll save Jason if you agree to be an agent and work for me. That way, Brennan has Joss on the hook in two different ways. First, with that murder weapon with her prints on it. And then second, this threat with Jason. And Brennan can tell her they have Cyrus's body and they can put it somewhere that would implicate Jason. Maybe Jack wants Joss to see that being a spy can be a tough business. It can be cutthroat, and you have to use everything at your disposal to get the job done. But I don't see Joss going to jail, nor Jason. And realistically, I don't think anybody's going to want to press charges on either of them or anybody for Cyrus's death, considering he is a confirmed serial killer. He confessed all of his misdeeds to Elizabeth, who is a very credible witness. So in the end, I suspect this might be a test. Joss won't confess, and Jason won't go down for it either if the big life-changing decision she makes is to accept Jack's offer. One of those, offers you can't refuse. So I think Josslyn's desperation to save Jason is what gives Jack Brennan the last bit of leverage he needs to get what he wants from Josslyn, and that's for her to enlist to work for the WSB.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.